Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. Rather than me doing all my outdoor content or whatever, it's going to be a little bit more serious. It's not going to be completely serious. I mean, it's me. I'm always goofing off. But the content that you're going to see is a little bit disturbing for some people. It does involve an injured animal. Now, luckily, I can tell you right now, as of the time of this recording, everything is okay. But it's going to be sad for some viewers. So if you're really sensitive to that kind of content, I will suggest that you click off of this video. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to skip the intro because I don't want it to set a weird tone. But I'm going to tell you the story of a little kitten named Nubs. For those of you who don't know, I work in animal control, and I see a lot of not great situations with animals. And I do work, in all transparency, at a shelter that does have to euthanize. It's not something we have to do quite often, and it is something that's very tough to do. And that's a struggle for me sometimes. But every once in a while, I have an animal that I just can't bring myself to put down. And that's the case with Nubs. So I'm going to put a picture up of Nubs. Nubs was stuck in the engine bay of a truck, and when it stopped at a car wash, she fell out onto the floor. She had a clean amputation of her arm, her tail was cut off, and there was also a gash below her tail. As you can hear, her meow was pretty pathetic. She was very weak. She had lost a good little bit of blood, but I had to take her home with me. After a little while, we finally got her to eat a little bit. I did a redneck bandaging because I'm not a professional. I can't afford to take her to a vet. Not for the treatment she would have needed professionally, so I did the best that I could and just hoped and prayed that she'd survive. She started to perk up a little bit within the next few days. You can kind of get a little glimpse of the gash there. It was very severe. I honestly thought, if anything, she would die from infection. So I constantly kept on it, kept bandaging it, kept cleaning it, and for days and days, and then eventually on to weeks, it finally started to show a little bit of improvement, and she was able to start moving around a little bit. This is her learning to walk. Her tail had healed over. This cut above her butt had healed a little bit, and we actually were able to finally take the bandage off of her arm, and it was healed over as well. Now, she wasn't completely in the clear, but at this point we were confident that she would make it, and so now she has been on the move a little bit. She's getting comfy with our other animals. The next step was to make sure that she had no stomach problems, no parasites or anything like that. So we eventually had to bathe her and give her a flea bath. Now, I did intentionally wait on this until she was a little bit older and she was healed up enough to where the soap wouldn't burn her cuts. She definitely hated the bath, but as you can see, there were fleas everywhere. Her skin had felt like sandpaper. There was so much flea poop. And I mean, we sat there for probably 20 minutes cleaning her. But once she was done, she felt much better. She was able to walk around a lot better. She even learned somehow how to one-handed climb up the couch, and so she could come and sit with us. And it was the sweetest thing. She'd go and hide from MJ, which is that black dog that you saw earlier, because MJ likes to play a little bit too rough. And when I get home, she'll crawl out from the couch and come run to me. So it's the sweetest thing. And of all the animals that I've had come into the shelter and that I've encountered, not a single one has pulled my heartstrings quite as much as Nubs. And usually I'm more of a dog person than a cat person, but when she just sat there and made her quiet little squeal, and she was trying to move her little nub of an arm, it kind of broke me a little bit inside. I am happy to say that about 4 weeks later, Nubs is now in great condition. She's healthy, she's happy, she's getting flea-free. We're having to basically retreat all of our animals and do a little bug bomb in the house because she was absolutely infested with fleas. But once we get that all under control, we are finally going to be able to have a very clean, bug-free, happy Nubs. And she has done wonderfully. Now, the reason I'm making this video is not so you guys will say, oh, he's a good person or things like that. I don't want y'all to comment that. Instead, I have a two-part challenge. So what I want you to do is comment down below examples of times that you were able to help an animal, or times that you saw someone else help an animal. My line of work is very dark. There are times that are great. The day that the animal you've been trying to get adopted finally gets adopted, that's the best day. But there are a lot of dark days. There's lots of days where you have to go see animals that are very severely starved, dehydrated, housed in horrible conditions, hoarder houses, lots and lots of bad stuff. So I'd like to hear good stories. In my line of work, Nubs is somewhat an anomaly. There are not very many happy endings that happen in this line of work. And I don't say that to depress you or to make you feel bad for me. That's not the goal. The goal of that is so that you guys, as potential pet owners, will go out and adopt instead of buying from breeders or things like that. I've always heard the slogan "Adopt, don't shop," but that really is good. The best dog that I've ever had is Striker. Actually, he's the one that was cuddled up with the kitten, and he gets along with every animal we've ever had him with. Super sweet, super gentle, and he was like 2 days away from being euthanized if I didn't take him. And that's the sad reality for a lot of shelter. I don't know a single shelter that's not overflowing with animals right now. Our local ones are all full. We're full right now. And the sad thing is we just have more people wanting to dump off more animals. And that's probably about 50% of the animals we get are ones that are just dumped off and abandoned, and the owners don't care. If they do care, they really don't show it, because they leave them on random streets, dead-end roads. There are certain roads in my area that have to have trail cameras and surveillance cameras put up because there's so many people dumping off animals. So if you want to call somebody a saint, call yourself a saint and go adopt you an animal. There's a lot of animals that need a good home. Aside from that, guys, I'm probably not going to make many videos like this, if any more. Nubs was just a really good story. For me, it was a win that I really needed at a time that was getting really tough at work. And so finally being able to see a happy ending. I'm sorry for the thunder. It's raining buckets outside. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little glimpse into my life, and just maybe put a smile on your face and see an animal that actually got to get saved rather than being euthanized. But anyways, my challenge to you guys is go adopt and then tell me about it in the comments. And I also have a Discord channel. I'll link it down in the description. It's also in my bio on my YouTube channel, I believe. And in the little, I'm not sure, I don't know what the channel is called exactly, but in the little personal tab, comment down, send pictures of your animals. I love to see that. I love to see people who have adopted animals. I love to see their animals, and it really does put a smile on my face. So anyways, I'm trying to keep this as short as possible. I know I talk a lot. I'm trying to get away from that a little bit, but I'll see you guys next time. Next time it will be a regular outdoors content. It's not going to be some sob story type thing. And I do not want you guys to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for you. I appreciate the sentiment, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is not for speaking, it's for action. Go adopt an animal. Go adopt a dog, a cat, a hamster, a rabbit. I don't care. Adopt something. A turtle. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys next time. If you do like this kind of content, I'm not going to make many videos like this, because sitting there saying all of this and then having to edit it all later and hear myself constantly, it's not great whenever it's a darker story. So I'll do a live stream if y'all want to, where I answer all of your questions, tell you all the stories. We'll have like a sit down and talk about different things. But if that's not something you're interested in, don't bother about it. But if that's something you want, then comment down below, and if it reaches 100 likes on that comment, then I'll go ahead and plan for a live stream. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys next time. We'll be outdoors doing something. It has been raining for like 4 weeks straight, where it'll stop raining for a day, then it'll rain again for 4 more days, and it'll stop raining for a day, and it's been nonstop. The pond is overflowing, and the entire yard is a giant sponge. So it's been very hard for me to do anything outdoors for the last few weeks. But as soon as the rain stops and I can go out and go fishing, we're gonna do some catfishing. I'll show y'all how I rig up my fishing lines, and we'll catch some big suckers. But anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Sorry for the long-winded video. I hope you got some good feelings out of this. And obviously, in a few months, I'll have Nubs popping up in my videos, kind of like Vlad does in a lot of them. And it'll be great. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. I love you. Jesus loves you. And have a great day.